Hello and welcome. Today I'm going to show you Neodex 3.0, the next generation of Warcraft 3 800 modding. So, it's been a while since I uploaded my last video, and that's because I was working on the Neodex update here. As you can see, the installation is very easy now. It's one batch installation, which will install it for every max version, max 2022 up to 2026, 26, yes, all by itself. And the only thing you have to do is start 3ds Max, and you will see this menu up here. So it's very short now because we have now only the exporter here, then the importer, and the Neodex Manager, which have all the tools in from the previous points. So that's the sequence manager here. Then we have the visibility keyer, the general tools, the controllers, the skinning. Here is an helper, create helper script. Here is an object manipulation tool, a skinning tool for AT skinning, which is from the old Neodex, the node manager from the old Neodex, which I'm not going to use, but I still added in. Then a theme color manager and the settings manager here. So I think we're gonna start by importing a model because I was able to decrease the import time by a lot. As you can see right now, it should take about 5 up to 100 seconds, depends on the model and how big it is. So right now it took me 11 seconds for this model. So as you can see, I imported it very quickly, and inside are some new things like the new Blitz Particle 2 plugin here, as you can see, with a lot of things you can which you can change. I'm not I don't go through every setting you can change here. That's another video which when I will show what everything can do. It's just like an overview right now. Then we have here a camera, which was in before. We have also the ribbon tail here. And just for you to know where to find these plugins to create them by yourself, you can go here inside the helpers panel. Down here is Warcraft 3 systems, and here you have every plugin you need, like the Blitz Particle 1, Blitz Particle 2, collision, attachment, collision box, event objects, Blitz ribbon, and Warcraft 3 Lite is also new. And as you can see, here are the event nodes down here with the timing which when they will execute it in the animation itself. I removed the node system completely. If you followed my videos before, you could go to the dope sheet, and inside the object was the node system in here. I removed it because it was very buggy, and there was always a potential risk that anyone could change these nodes manually here and screw up the whole scene. This is not possible anymore. You have to work with the sequence manager now here, which I'm going to show you after the export because I changed the export window here a lot. So first of all, if you want to select another place where you want to save the model or override it, you have to click this button here to get to select the last or the model which you want to override, or the folder where you want to save it. Because I changed it, in the previous version you clicked on the export button and it opened up the register where you could select the model, and I don't like that really. So I changed it that you have to click here separately, but it will also remember where the last pick you had. Like for example, if you're it's saved settings. If you're restarting the exporter right now, it's still in here. The same thing happens if you're going to restart Max, it will also be in there. So then the next thing I added was the override without warning. So basically you could select a file like this one here and then press export, and it will also export very fast now, as you can see. And you can also just export again without any warnings, without any problems. So then the auto increasement for file name is that if you're selecting, for example, the first one here, it will create, instead of overriding it, it will create another file, which, for example, we have here unit run 0, and then it will create the next version with a number behind it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. In that case, I have saved 6 already, so it created the file 7. Then the next option are merge similar meshes. That was in before. 80 meshing or 80 skinning fixed normals was in before. Export smooth groups was in before. Fixed shared normals is something which I added. It's because it's useful for if you're importing a model and it has two different types of mesh to each other. For example, the tail would be cut here in the middle, and if you would export it now, you would see it's like a small line that the mesh is not connected correctly. So with fixed shared normals, it will fix the normals that it will look as it would be one object. So then keep unused bone and helpers. It's Neodex try to delete them. The Neodex try to delete bone and helpers which are not connected to any skin modifier or any object. If you check this, if you enable this checkbox, then it will keep those helpers and bones. And then open folder after export is very self-explaining. You're exporting, and it will open the folder where you saved the model, so you can basically directly select it. Should come up here. As you can see now, it created Saurus Warrior Unit Run 8. So, and then we have here a scene status. So the scene status, I got the idea from Hike Workshop when I saw the scene monitor, I think is the right call for that, on a website. And I thought about, there are so many potential things that could go wrong. It's can detect it now. For example, it said invalid controller. That is if the controller is Euler position X, Y, Z. It says, hey, there is a potential issue. You don't have to fix it. You can also just export it without, no problem. You can let you show the details of the problem type and the object name. You can also fix the selected problems here. It will fix whatever problem it has. And yes, you can see now it shows you it's green. So sorry. So now it should be faster. Okay. It will show you when it's green, it says all clear. You don't have to do this, and I would recommend save before you go into fix all. But I think you could also undo your changes, and it will also select it again as two problems found. So it shouldn't be a big deal. And that's it for the whole. Sorry, I forgot the materials settings fix. I built in something for the materials. So basically, you're trying to export a model, which you, for example, you imported an FBX file and you want to export this model to Warcraft 3. And I have here some material settings for the fix all button. For example, if I'm going to create a cube now here in 3ds Max, like this, and I would add any type of texture. Do I have somewhere a texture? I need something. Okay, here is the texture, and I would add it, assign it to the cube, and I try to export it. As you can see, there is a new problem. It says it's a physical material. It can Neodex cannot export physical materials, but that's not a big deal, because if you press on fix selected problem, it will change the it will change the selected material and with the texture in to a Warcraft 3 plugin material in here. And you're ready to go to export without any problems. So that was the idea behind the scene monitor for a lot of people which had issues and don't know why. Now you can see why and you can fix them if you want. So that's everything for the exporter. Now we go through everything in the manager. So first of all, we have our sequence manager in here, which has a lot of options. It did not change so much, but you can now ignore functions here for export. If you press ignore activated, you can see those 4 are ignored, and if you export it now, those 4 animation will not be in. So then there is the visibility controller, which I'm going to also show in a different type of video. But just for your knowledge, you can select now more sequences at once. Press hide sequences and it will create for every sequence an own visibility controller and own keyframe. It could create one visibility controller, and for every animation or sequence it creates a keyframe. And for example, if I want to hide them in every animation but only show it in dev animation, I will press to show sequences, and when I go in, everything else is hidden. Only in this animation it's not hidden anymore. Then you can also say I want to make sure that at frame 708 I will set to hide key, so basically it hides now, and then I want to show it again. Very easy to use, very easy to work with. So, and the cool thing is I added also a copy function. That means, for example, if you have an object and you want to copy the same visibility, you just press on copy, go to the box and press paste, and it will get all the keyframes from this copied object you selected. You can do this also with more than one object. When I go now, select everything and press paste, they all have the same visibility controller over. Very easy to use. You can also change the type here if you want to have linear or Bezier or Hermite. Very, very easy to use. I think this one here was also in the old Neodex. You can add start and end frame keys to the all animations. Very easy. Now we have an automatic create attachment points button here. If I go to the attachment points and delete them and go to create attachment points, it will create attachment points based on the names which it founds. For example, if it founds a left foot, anything with left, anything with L, anything with foot, it creates it on the left foot. Anything with right, anything with R, anything with foot in it, it creates it also as well. Same for the chest. If it founds chest bone, it creates it on the chest bone. If not, if it founds the highest spine number of a bone, it creates it on the highest spine number. If it founds the head bone name, it creates it on the head. Very easy, very useful to create fast attachment points. So the next thing is the controller type, which you can change. It's also from the from the old Neodex. And then we have here 2 new buttons in the skinning section. We have one thing called skin change to Warcraft 3. Basically, if you have a model, let's see if I can get one. Open, so one piece here. So carrot here. So this one here, for example, if you importing a model with as FBX file, you have a very clean skin here, but the problem is it's not very useful for Warcraft 3 because the skin will deform after exporting, and to fix that I created these two buttons. First, we have the remove zero weights button. You can select more than one mesh and remove zero weights at once. I'm always use 0.1, and as you can see, it will update it now in real time after it's done. First remove 0.1 weights. So it changed a little bit, and then a second one with 0.2. So as you can see, it changed. And then we're gonna change the skin to Warcraft 3. So that means it evens out all weights from the bones and the polygons to match Warcraft 3 standards. And then that's it. It's ready now to export, and it should look exactly like that after you're exporting it with the weights, because we changed the weights. We changed the weights based on Warcraft 3 standards. So the next thing is the Grid and Dummy Creator. It's a very nice tool if you want to edit cape animations or anything which is clipping. For example, we're gonna select the bone we want to edit. Let's hide the ears, and I have to activate the helpers. So we have here two bones, one for each. Sorry, I need a second for selecting the right bones. Okay, so we have here the two bones for the ears from her. And when you go to the Neodex manager and go to the create point helper, when we create it, it creates two boxes as parent of this object, but it's also in the hierarchy in. And then we go and create add start and ending points for every animation. And we can now go to an animation in here. And for example, if our ear will go at any point, go through the mesh, we can just move it around because of that. Let's see. So as you can see, it moves up, it moves to the side. In the attack animation, you can also go to stand ready because she's not moving in here. So we can move it up here and down and here to the side. And now when we're exporting the model, I think this might take a while. I press fix all to fix all the bone problems. Let's select the right folder that we can see the texture later. God. So, carrot here. So, test export carrot. So, like this, and then press export. It should be still, it's taking some time, but it's still very fast exporting right now. I optimized the whole code without destroying any function, that it runs as fast as it can. So 18 seconds. And when we look now at our test export carrot 1 here in mDevice, so and look at the stand ready animation, our ears should go up and to the side. Also want to note that I fixed the bug where the weapons will move, or any part of the body will move to a different location than it was in 3ds Max. This bug is completely fixed. Every model should be now exporting absolute correctly, as you can see it in the viewport. And if you run in any problems, send me the file. I'm going to take a look and fix the script if necessary. So this was that function. Then we have the hierarchy function, object manipulation tools. It's very useful if you want to make a quick animation transfer using 3ds Max. For example, you have to move some bones around that the old bone structure is matching the new model's structure. For example, if the new model's arm would be longer, you have to move the shoulder or the arm bone here around to make it fit. And I make a very quick tool which allow you to first we're gonna go to hierarchy, activate mirror and X, and then we're gonna copy our hierarchy. So basically it unlinks the bone so we can move it around. Right now it was the wrong one, so let's paste it back. Let's the upper arm. So we go to copy. It will unlink the bone here that we can move it around like that. And when we go to paste again, it will move, it will paste it back where it was before. Very easy to move bones around. And another thing I added, you go to activate hierarchy, mirror and X, and then you go to copy the structure. And when you select now the right arm here, and you go to paste, it will move the right arm bones to the position where the left arm should be. So that means if I copy this one, move this one, oh, wrong bone, paste again. So need the forearm, copy the forearm, move this one here around, paste. Let's go to the hand, copy it, move it around like this and paste. And then we go and selecting our upper arm again, copy the structure, go to this side to our upper arm and paste. It will now move. Oh, it's the wrong one. Or I think I selected the wrong bone. Copy and paste. Okay, it didn't work. Let's select this one, copy and paste. Okay, this one worked. And copy and paste. Copy, oh, paste. Okay, now it works. Okay, so as you can see, it copy and pastes the exact same location from the other bone here, which is very, very useful. I saw that the usually it's not only copy and pasting the position of the one bone, it should in structure copy and position all child bones as well. I have to take a look at this feature again, but it will I have to yeah, just that you know. And the other things are like self-explaining. There was in before, and these tools are in here are like these are also in a Margot's model editor. I copied the functionality and everything so that you can work exactly like you would in 3ds Max, exactly like you would in Warcraft 3. So, and the last thing which we're going to take a look is the material tool here. There is a lot of things which I'm going to explain in another video, but just for you to know, there you can create texture animations in here, and I will also explain this in a separate tool where I can show you exactly what everything can do. I just want to give a small preview of the tool, what it can do, and in the following tutorials you will see more and more and how I use the tool and why I implemented it exactly like that. I hope you enjoy the video. I hope you enjoy now working correctly on models and make your life easier with Neodex. Thank you for watching, and if you have any suggestions, any bugs or anything, just write me, send me the model, and then I'm going to take a look that I fixed the script so everything works exactly like it should be. Bye bye.